Fool's Record Collection. Let's get going. Here we go, man. ZZ Top, Eliminator, 80s. They'd become giant. A leviathan of good time, Southern Texas rock and roll. Yeah, they were using sequencers by this time. They had outgrown themselves. Steve Miller Band, greatest hit, 74 to 78. I listened to a lot of Steve Miller on the radio and stuff, 70s. Fly Like an Eagle. It's all pretty much FM staple. We all listened to the radio at that time, basically. Bad Company, Run with the Pack. Live for the Music, Honey Child. I really like this album a lot. There are others with more notable Bad Company songs, but this was pretty essential. And look at the album cover. It's all like silver. And Live for the Music, you know. Some people say I'm a no good, I lay in my bed all day, but when the nighttime comes, I'm ready to rock and roll my troubles away. Live for the Music. First track, first side. Thin Lizzy, live, 2-album set. Boys Are Back in Town. Yeah, sophistication of their song are sometimes understated. I mean, these are some of the great rock and roll of our times. Thin Lizzy live. Gotta love it. Seriously. Thin Lizzy. Listen up. I'm trying to help you. Crawler. This was a pretty big record for me. Not anybody knows who it is, and I barely do too. I forget where they were, from the South or something. But it's a very smooth, very well produced record for some very, some great music. I listened to this album quite a bit, and I'm not sure to this day I really know why. If anybody, Crawler, is there anybody out there hearing this? Anyway, listen up. I'm trying to help. This is Crawler. Look for it. You'll be glad you did. Ted Nugent, Free for All. Yeah, this is one of the foundational Teds, Dog Eat Dog, Free for All, Hammered Down. Oh yeah, I remember partying to this album so much in the late 70s. Ted, me and Ted go back a long way. Played a lot of Ted. Sort of, he was kind of a guy that I've looked at, quite a bit. Especially back in the day, it was so important to so many of us that were, even at that point, given ourselves to rock and roll in a serious freaking way. All right, Ted Nugent. If you don't like Ted, I don't like you. Listen up. I'm trying to help you. Good times, huh? Okay, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, Led Zeppelin 2. And for all those early Zepp type people, part of the history of rock and roll music, we all know Led Zeppelin. It's just got a whole lot of love. Yeah. I wasn't as crazy about Led Zeppelin as some people do, but of course, my understanding of Led Zeppelin and appreciation of them grew. So where now it's, pretty amazing stuff. Saw him once. San Diego Sports Arena. Doobie Brothers, what were once vices are now habits. We all know the Doobie Brothers, Black River, FM staple, 70s. We all listened to them. They were all part of the lexicon of our daily lives. This is the Doobie Brothers. Right. What were once vices are now habits. Ain't that the truth? James Brown, Cold Sweat. The album must have been sacrificed, but the vinyl was kept, and for good reason. It's James Brown, Cold Sweat. And it's one of my, I think this is the only James Brown album I have. But it's on King. Yeah, it's a nice record. Gotta have at least one James Brown, right? Steely Dan, Gaucho. We've talked about Steely Dan, egghead music for eggheads. You think I'm kidding you? I'm not kidding you. You want to understand this stuff? Listen up. I'm trying to help you. I mean, really. Steely Dan. Juxtaposed over Ted Nugent Free For All. I mean, goofy eggheads. I'm sorry, but it needs to be said. They like revere Steely Dan like it was like the greatest thing there ever was. I'm like, what are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I get it. Daddy don't live in that Las Vegas no more. What a great tune that is. Like Katie Lied's, probably their better one for me. I have it somewhere, but I mean, geez. Steely Dan. Yeah, what about him? I mean, really. All right, let's go on to final record for this session here. Marshall Crenshaw. I wouldn't be willing to bet that there's a lot of you out there that don't know who Marshall Crenshaw is. And to me, that's just sad. I cry about it. I cry for you if you don't know who Marshall Crenshaw is and you haven't been able to enjoy, such gems as She Can't Dance, Cynical Girl, Marianne, Soldier of Love, Rockin' Around NYC. I know there's a kind of a type of kind of clean rock, up in New York at the time. Robin Lane and the Chartbreakers was another band up there that did really good music, but it's 80s, it was a little cleaner, and there were subsections of it that were, but catchy is all get up. And, the club scenes were pretty active around there, from rock to all kinds of different kinds of rock, including them beatniks down in New York City. And I was big into this album, man. Big into Marshall Crenshaw. In fact, I had a guy used to call me Crench because I was a Marshall Crenshaw fan. Yeah, I haven't listened to this album in a while, but I'm gonna. Pools Record Collection. That's it for this session. We'll see you next time.